Hello everyone and welcome to Inside the Hoop. Welcome back everyone. Today is Thursday, June 27th, 2024, and I have my friends here with me today, Ginger McLeod and Tori Anderson. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Doing well,
Awesome.
well. Tori might be a new face to many of you. She's actually the Director of Product Marketing here at Kimberbell and MeTime, so it's great to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah,
It's really fun. And we also have our friend Deanna.
Yes, we do.
Behind the scenes here
Hello,
with us today.
everyone.
Where are you, Deanna?
I'm back here, over here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Well, we're glad you're here because, it just would not be the same without her.
It would not.
We're
And
going
you guys know I have serious FOMO, so I was not going to miss out today.
Absolutely. Of course, this is a little behind the scenes. Can we take a look at where Deanna's hollering from here? Because, we have a little bit going on with the set this week, getting ready for Kimberbell Day.
It's an exciting time. And
It's going to be so much fun.
Are all kind of crammed in. We can only fit so many of us on the set today.
Yeah. So usually, one of us will get the day off, when we have an interview with someone like Tori. But today, Deanna,
She
I
didn't want to
snuck
miss
in
out.
back here.
she had other things in mind, right?
That's
She
right.
she's competitive when it comes to the challenges.
Yes.
I'm back here pushing buttons.
Yeah.
Well,
true.
yeah, she did not want to miss out on today's fabric challenge because, when we talk fabric, all of us want to be a part of it, right?
So true.
So specifically, we're going to talk about the MeTime fabric bundles, and that's why we're having you on today, Tori. But tell us a little bit about what MeTime is.
Okay, so if you haven't heard of MeTime, MeTime offers complete machine embroidery experiences right to your door. So we have 4 clubs that you can pick from. The Bell Box, which a lot of people are familiar with.
Right.
We have Collectible Christmas, which is a collectible Christmas item you make through a series of 12 boxes throughout the year.
Okay.
And then we just launched Hoop Studio, which is kind of different types of projects throughout the year. But the one we're going to talk about a little bit more today is Perfectly Pieced.
Ooh,
Awesome.
And that one is if you're new to quilting or you've been quilting forever, you actually make quilt blocks on your machine embroidery machine in the hoop. And because it is done as a pattern on your machine, the points are perfect and line up perfect
Tori.
every time.
Oh, that's everyone's dream, right?
Seriously,
Perfect points.
Yeah, it's a game changer for those who are traditional quilters, but now they want to, try their hand at machine embroidery. You can have the best of both worlds with Perfectly Pieced.
I love
You
it.
get the perfect 1/4 inch every single time.
Right.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Points
Okay, so
match.
tell me what comes in a Perfectly Pieced box. Like if I
Okay.
were to subscribe, what am I going to get in my box?
So every month you get a fabric bundle, which we'll kind of talk a little bit about that. And those fabric bundles aren't just from the same designer or fabric line. We actually pull bits and pieces from a bunch of different fabric companies, fabric designers, smush them together to create these unique
Bundles.
palettes. Yeah,
Curated
bundles.
I love it.
That to me is also, one of those things that not everyone feels comfortable with.
No.
A lot of times when we want to stay in the same, color grouping or fabric line, what goes into pulling those bundles together?
Okay, so we usually we design the block first, and then we usually find what we call our feature fabric. And that will just be something that we are drawn to collectively as a group or a specific palette we're trying to look for. And then we bring in a lot of other complementary fabrics that match that feature fabric. So, and a lot of times with some of these feature fabrics, we do little emails or promotions or videos interviewing those fabric designers to learn more about why they designed this fabric or what their inspiration was. And that's fun to hear from them on about the fabric.
Oh, yeah.
Other things you get in the box are a Notion, because we love to give out freebies. So Everything you get in the box can make one of 4 projects that we give you each month. There's 2 or 3 of them are pillows or table toppers, and then there's one that's a feature special project. And sometimes the notion goes with the special project, and sometimes it's kind of standalone, like a clip or measuring tape, or it can be like drawstring cording if you're making a drawstring bag that month.
Right.
The
And
other,
you also get thread, right?
yep, and you get a thread from Glide that coordinates with that every month.
Wow.
It is awesome.
That thread is awesome because, yes, definitely for piecing, but also because you include some background quilting files as part of that perfectly pieced bundle too. Tell us a little bit about that.
So each box also includes 4 sizes of blocks. So you get a 2-inch, a 4-inch, a 6-inch, and an 8-inch. And so there's usually a project that kind of coordinates with each block size, as well as you get your all over quilting and your block by block quilting. So there's one block by block quilting in all the sizes, and then you get the clear blue tiles all over quilting.
Oh my gosh.
Too. So you are getting so many
That's a great
quilting
value.
files each
Yeah.
month, right? I think the price alone justifies just getting all those
Oh, yeah.
quilting files.
Well, and it comes in a cute little box. Like she said, it's delivered right to your door. I mean, wow. It's just that little bit of me time that you can have every month delivered to your home so that you can just get right to stitching. I love that. And I love the fact that they're providing all these fabrics, beautiful fabrics, that have been curated for us. So speaking of those fabrics though, yes, you have the projects in this bundle, but if you want to do something a little bit outside of what is part of the Perfectly Pieced subscription, then, you know, these bundles are also available for anyone out there to do all kinds of projects. So we had some fun doing that this week with our 1, 2, 3 challenge, didn't we, Ginger?
We did. So, Kim, Deanna, and I each picked a bundle, and then we made a project. So we're going to kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
This time, and you know, maybe we picked a couple of bundles too. We made a project with it.
Yeah.
Cute, you couldn't pick just one.
Here's
Right.
the thing. The bundles are at a screaming
They
deal
really
right now.
are.
In fact, the price is so low, Tori. I'm like, okay, I want one of that. I want 5 of that. I want 10 of that, because you really can't go wrong with this curated set of fabrics and the ideas that you can, you know, add to your stash or make some of the things we're going to be talking about today. Boy, you're going to have a whole lot of fun.
So true. And we've been talking about doing a Stash Buster challenge for a while, so this was a perfect way for us to maybe get some new fabric in our stashes.
Yes, exactly.
And actually, by buying these, so they are on sale for the next little bit for $10 a bundle, and we'll show you. You, Ginger, are actually
$10.
saving money every time you buy one. You're actually
See,
earning money.
Okay, warehouse, I'm going to give you my list, so be ready. Be ready.
exactly.
$10 a bundle, you guys. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
When the deal is this good, it's like you're actually making money.
Yeah.
I would be crazy not to buy, right?
Yeah. Okay, so Ginger, you
Yes.
made a project with that darling strawberry bundle.
I did. So this is April 2023's bundle.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to put some images up there, right? It's got this beautiful
Yes.
strawberry fabric
And
in
that
it.
was our feature fabric. We just fell in
Was the
love with
strawberries?
this strawberry
Oh, yeah.
fabric. I think it's a Riley Blake fabric. And
How could you not?
right?
we kind of built everything for this month around this feature fabric. But those strawberries, we can't love them enough.
Right? Exactly.
And
Okay,
before
so
we go on to your project, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other projects that are part of the subscription as well.
okay, I love that idea. So you can see what exactly, what kind of projects you can make with that perfectly pieced subscription box.
And you'll see there's a project for the 2-inch, the 4-inch, the 6-inch, and then 8-inch.
8-inch. And I can do those blocks depending on my hoop size.
There's enough material in the box to make at least one of those projects. A lot of people out there get really creative in their cutting, and they actually have made 2, 3, and sometimes all the projects. So
Oh my
depending how
goodness.
savvy you are.
Okay, challenge accepted.
Yeah. And the directions you loved so much, Ginger, that you decided to
did.
make one of those,
I
right?
did. I made the project itself because how can you not love this basket? Look at that. Perfect points. Everything matches. And then, oh my goodness, the strawberry lining. I just couldn't resist it, right? The cute little striped handles. So yeah, I just went right ahead and just made the project as is.
Yeah.
I just can't
Well,
resist it.
what are you going to put in it?
I don't know, but I just.
You should put some strawberries in it and gift it to me.
Oh, okay. I think that's a great idea. I think we're gonna have to use it, fun all summer long.
Yeah.
Lots of fun things.
Yeah, well, I can see, again, because it's strawberries, I'm thinking placemats, table runners, all kinds of different sizes of baskets.
Yeah.
Boy, my guess, Tori, is that you used a 4-inch block on that, but you could really take like the 2-inch block and follow the same type of instruction, right?
You'd have to
Smaller
measure things
basket.
out a little bit differently, but yeah, you could, if you just do
Scaled
everything,
it.
scaled it down to fit the 2-inch, you
Yeah.
could use any size block
Oh
to
my
make baskets.
gosh.
So adorable.
Ginger,
I love this
nicely
fabric.
done.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
And as you can see, the quilting is part of that too, and that stitches out perfectly.
And the quilting matches up perfectly in all the areas in which you sew
Oh
the
my
blocks
gosh,
together.
yes,
So
it does.
it looks almost continuous in how
Unbelievable.
lines up.
Right? It's just you guys
Unbelievable.
have thought of everything. Everything.
Okay, well, someone
ready?
Someone came on who wants to throw her hat in the ring. Deanna, are you out there?
I am. You knew I couldn't just sit back here and do nothing.
No.
I had to be included in this.
Yep.
Okay, so what did you do?
I think Tori's got your fabric
So I think
bundle.
you took
Yes.
this fabric bundle,
I
right?
chose the August 2022. Yes, that is the bundle that I chose. My birthday happens to be in August too. So
Oh,
I
that's-
loved that cute floral print. So I just went with that one. And then when I saw it was August, I was like, well, I have to.
Right? It was meant to be.
Yep.
Okay, so what did you end up doing?
Okay, so I did this little scrappy hot pad. The lighting isn't quite as good as back here, but I did this little scrappy hot pad. So I just took little strips of those fabrics and sewed it diagonally, and then just finished it off with the binding and the little loops so it could hang. So I have this cute little hot pad made from scraps left over from that bundle.
Those
Love it.
loops, I love them. Which background quilting design did
It
you
was
use?
the loop design.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's easy.
So it was
really
just a
cute.
cute little simple, I just wanted to keep it kind of simple because the fabric was my pop for this one.
Yeah.
So I just went with a really simple background quilting design, and it's just that simple little loop.
Okay, great.
So are you keeping those for yourself, or are you gifting them to a friend?
You know,
if you
I'm
can't
to
tell, I want all the projects.
I know. I'm to the point in my life where I have enough stuff at my house, so most of the things that I make are given to someone else. Like I have
Yeah.
some neighbors that just moved in. I thought this would be really cute with a little loaf of bread. I also used, I forgot to tell you guys, I used the Insel Bright and put it in between so that it would be heat resistant. And that is just
Perfect.
the stuff you use inside a hot pad.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
for any newbies like me that didn't know what that was.
I love that. I get a chuckle out of you, Tori. She's campaigning over here for all the projects.
Right.
You know, pulling the friend card. Come on.
I want that gift.
Yeah.
I really want what Kim made, but we'll show you in a minute.
I know. Okay, Kim. What?
Okay, well,
I
you
think
guys,
it's you.
I had so much fun with this. And when we're talking about a steal of a deal on a fabric bundle, and you're thinking, okay, I gotta have it, but what can I make with it? These are two projects that I thought of to really get the most out of that fabric bundle. Before I show you the projects though, Tori, is there kind of like, how does someone know how much fabric is in that bundle?
That's a great question. So unlike a normal fat quarter bundle, these cuts are a little bit different sizes.
Sure.
And we itemize on the website the names of the fabric and the exact cuts you're getting so you'll know.
Oh,
But
nice.
it's
Oh,
perfect.
all of these bundles are around a half a yard to 2 yards worth of fabric.
Worth of fabric. Okay, great.
So $10. Oh my gosh, you guys, $10 for
Normally around what, 30?
Yeah,
25?
20, it depends based on how much we buy the fabric for. We price it a little differently. It can be
Yeah.
anywhere from $26 to about $30.
Oh my
Wow.
for 1 to 1.5 yard, or 1.5 yards to 2 yards worth of fabric.
Okay.
$10. Oh my goodness, you guys.
This is fun. You can't miss out on
Mm-hmm.
this. So what I did is I thought, okay, what is a good scrap buster? What is something that, despite, how many different cuts of fabric are in there, could I narrow it down and say, ooh, I could make this very scrappy. And so I went back to the whole idea of the confetti table topper. Do you guys remember that?
I love
They
it.
were so fun.
It's the most easy technique on the planet. It's something that I shared with you all last year as part of Kimberbell Day. And if you missed it, or if you want a little refresher, we'll make sure and put a link to that, those instructions and the video tutorial, so that what I'm about to show you today can be used basically with the same instructions with just a few minor tweaks, and I'll share with you what that is as well. So the first bundle I did is I chose one of these, that's this blue one, and I'm not sure what month it came from.
This is September.
Okay, September of 2022.
So, and that's this house block that's right here. And I think we'll also show some pictures of all of the projects. This was one of our most popular blocks that we had for Perfectly Pieced.
Yeah.
Because people love the home shape. And then think how giftable this is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So giftable.
Absolutely. And I love that it's in a frame. So it's just a little different than that typical maybe pillow or topper that you might normally have.
Yeah, and so this was the first time we had done something different than a pillow, and everybody loved it so much, and it was so fun to see all these that they were making on the Facebook communities.
Well, and the tree also is included in that too, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to add that little bit. But I'll tell you, the fabric that just screamed my name that I totally fell in love with was this focal fabric right here. And I said, I don't care what other fabrics are part of this bundle, even though they all do coordinate perfectly. This is the fabric that I am absolutely in love with. So,
so fun.
that's where I went with this. What I did with these bundles is I first started by cutting them down, all the pieces, into fat eighths. So some of that is a little bit larger than that. Some is, just right there at that fat eighth. But a fat eighth is a 9 by 21 inch size. So by taking all the fabrics in there and cutting them up into fat eighths first, that's where I started. From there, I pulled out 12 different fat eighths and then went to town. Oh my gosh, I cut those fat eighths down into 6 by 6 inch blocks. Okay. Then I went through and did the confetti method for scrapping this together. So in the end, with one fabric bundle of a whole lot of fat eighths, here's what I did for a table runner.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That is so cute.
Just kind of fun. I thought these fabrics with that floral print as it's focused, and then a little bit of peach in there, a little bit of rust, a little bit of green, things that you guys put together. It looks like this took me forever to piece. And in reality, I had the piecing done in about an hour. It really is a simple method. And then I just quilted those with clear blue tiles. I actually used the Plant 9 design. I don't know if we can get any closer on that, but boy, that is just the sweetest, just all over design, isn't it?
Very cute.
That's perfect for any time of year in your home. And I know a lot of people's homes are in like blues and rust and such. So I thought this would be perfect in your home. And that was just with one of those fabric
You made that
bundles.
out of just this?
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
So for $10, you too can have yourself a really, nice size table runner. Now, the other thing about this is that you'll have enough scraps left over that if you wanted to do like a scrappy binding, you absolutely could. For me, I just went with a solid cream on the ends, but certainly I could have put together a little scrappy binding and made it even more scrappier.
Oh, that would be so
And
fun.
have that done pretty quick. So with, again, a table runner, it was just one fabric
You
bundle.
know what also could be really cute, because you have all your confetti blocks.
Yeah.
But if you are a Perfectly Pieced subscriber or want to get
Yeah.
the design, for $10 you can get the digital design. So imagine a couple of the house blocks inside these? Because you said these were 6 inches?
Yes. Okay. Oh, I should mention, I'm glad you asked that, because it starts out with the confetti method. You start out with a larger size.
Okay.
So it did start at 6 inches. In the instructions that you download for the confetti topper, it'll say 8 inches, because that's what we used before.
Okay.
But this time I changed it up a little bit, and I started with a 6-inch block. Now, the other little tweak to this is that in the instructions, it'll have you cut 4 different times. Okay, it'll all make sense when you look at the instructions, but it'll have you cut it, slice it, and then you do like
Switch
this,
it.
switch it, stitch it. You remember? Yeah, exactly. You whack it, you stitch it, you switch it, all kinds of things. You do that 4 times in the instructions, the original instructions. I've changed it up a little bit for this block, where I only cut it twice. So
okay.
don't do the 4 times. Do the 2 times. Keep that in mind if you're wanting to do this exact one, just do it twice. And then in the end, I cut those blocks, trimmed them to 4.5 inches with my orange pop rulers.
Oh, so they're 4.5 inches.
In the end.
Okay.
Yes, in the end. But you could put those
You could do the
house
4-inch
blocks. You could do
houses.
the 4-inch houses. That would be so perfect.
Would be really cute. A couple houses mixed in there, or a
Every
row
now
along
and
the
then,
end.
Little row.
Love that, Tori. Okay, now you
Fun.
got me thinking. I might have to go back with another fabric bundle and do that, because that's a fun idea.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds perfect, perfectly pieced, and throw those in there. Now, same method, different fabric bundle, because you guys, for $10 a fabric bundle, I said, I want 2 of those. Boy, I could make this even bigger and do 4. But for more of like a lap size quilt or a baby size quilt, this is the one I chose right here because of this focal fabric. Look at that.
So cute.
Stunning.
Isn't it beautiful? Can we get an up close of that? You guys, the lavender in there and
And you can
mustard
see
is my theme.
Them
Oh
all
my
together
gosh.
behind you.
Yes. Oh, look at that. And then again, they've already curated like the mustard, the other shades of purple and plum in there. Some
And this one was
creams.
fun because this block came out in October.
Yeah.
And instead of just doing a traditional super orangey browns bundle, we wanted
Yeah.
it to feel a little bit more fresh with some pinks and purples. And that's why we
Yes.
worked in the lavender and the burgundy, just to kind of make it feel a little
I
bit
don't
more
think
fresh
anyone
than
would
fall.
complain about that.
Right.
Because that
No.
purple is gorgeous. And as you can see here, these blocks came from that perfectly pieced box, right?
Mhm. And this was another fun block we did. It's Flying Geese.
Okay.
Super traditional quilt block, but just tumbles in so many fun ways.
Wow. I love hearing that we've even just hung it up one after the other, showing that it would make a great, elongated wall hanging too.
Yes.
Or you could piece all that together and make, I think the project for that month is a bench pillow.
Uh-huh.
I think we have some images there of that. Wow. Okay, so that's gorgeous. But again, going back to that confetti table topper method, I decided to change it up with 2 bundles of fabric to make this confetti quilt. Right
And
here.
I know I've been lobbying for gifts all show, but if you get sick of that or just
well.
are feeling extra,
Yeah,
generous.
It's
so cute.
great. I
It's really
know,
cute.
like if you could see this in person, my friends, you would just
well, the quilting is my
ooh
favorite
and
part.
ah, right? I used the large scale background quilting on this. You can see this is, I believe it's called Floral 9. If you're looking for it at kimberbell.com, Floral 9. But it's part of our large scale quilting designs now available. And as you can see, that works out really nice for a larger quilt. So that meant I got the quilting done also in probably 30, 40 minutes tops between switching hoopings and putting it back on the machine. So it was really fast and
Well, and the
easy.
thing I love about the large scale quilting is it feels like you sent it out to a quilter. So
Yeah.
it has that like
Yeah.
more custom feel to it.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. Now, let's just review once again how my directions today is just a little bit different than the directions from the original confetti table topper. So, first first of all, when I got these bundles, let's go ahead and hold this up. I got 2 of this particular bundle. And I said, okay, out of that bundle, I'm going to cut, you guys know the answer, fat eighths, right. So I cut as many fat eighths, 9 by 20, 21 inches in length, as possible. From there, I pulled 12 of those fabrics out to make one pile of 12. From there, instead of cutting it down to 8-inch blocks, which is in the original instructions, I cut it down to
6-inch blocks.
These guys are brilliant. Yes, you're such good such good students. Yeah. So I cut them down into 6-inch blocks. Now I had 3 different piles of 6-inch blocks. Well, because I doubled it, I ended up with 6 piles of 6-inch blocks, right? Okay, you're with me. From there, I went ahead and I did the confetti tabletopper method, the stack and whack and switch and stitch. You remember that,
I do remember
right?
that.
Again, all the instructions you can see in the download and on the YouTube tutorial. But instead of cutting it and sewing it back together 4 times, I did a series of only 2 cuts, 1 cut each way, okay?
Okay.
Then I trimmed it down to the final block size of what?
4.5.
4.5 inches.
Oh, see, I am putting them on the spot, and they're
She
killing
really
it.
is.
They're killing it. 4.5 inches, and then I sewed these all together. In the end, it made 72 4.5-inch blocks. So I just did a grid of like 8 across and 9 down, and there you have the perfect little lap-size quilt.
Adorable.
Now, because of the way this size ended, I also was able to use our Kimberbell project batting, the 40 by 40 inch size.
Oh.
So I didn't have to piece any batting together.
It's just
and
one
now
whole
you have a
piece.
quilt. Yeah. So this I think would be great for a baby quilt for sure. But what about I'm thinking about, I've got a dear friend who's in a nursing home, and she just wants a little lap-size quilt to cuddle up with, maybe put over her wheelchair. I think this is a good size for that too.
It's perfect. It won't get caught in the wheels.
Yeah,
And yeah. Fantastic idea.
Or I could see throwing something like this just across the banister of my home. Just something not too
Or even
crazy.
hanging it from something that's similar
Oh, yeah,
to this.
absolutely, absolutely. Now, if I wanted to make this, of course, even larger, all I'm gonna do
Add more.
is add more bundles. Oh my gosh. And pretty soon you're gonna have a quilt for super, super cheap. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good deal. So to do this quilt, it cost me $20. Well, besides the batting and the backing, but
But
for
just
that
in the
top,
fabric.
in fabric, $20. And certainly you will also have enough leftover scraps from those cuts that you could also do a scrappy binding. Now let me show you real quick here. Do you see the background quilting on that? Maybe a
So
little bit
cute.
easier. Wow, isn't that fun? It truly does look like you took it to a long arm quilter, but you did it on your home embroidery machine, which I love, with the use of our clear blue tile system.
So awesome.
So there you go.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Okay, so Tori, remind us where people can buy the fabric bundles.
Okay, so go to metimedelivered.com, and at the top of your screen there will be a couple tabs. Just click on the one that says shop, and then it will take you to the MeTime store. They should be on your homepage, but if you can't find them, click on the side navigation under either sell or fabric, and you'll see all of the fabric bundles we have for sale.
Fantastic.
Oh my gosh. So if you guys take the Me Time Fabric Challenge, we want to see your projects with these bundles. Be sure to post them over on both of our Facebook pages,
Yes.
right? We want to see them all over on the Kimberbellas and Fellas Facebook page, as well as Me Time Delivered community page.
Yep.
Make sure and look for that because, there's a lot of inspiration going on over there as well.
Right. And if you want an awesome fabric bundle as well as the perfectly pieced designs, where do you sign up for those?
Just same website, metimedelivered.com, and on the homepage, scroll down about halfway, and you'll see a link for Perfectly Pieced. You can sign up for doorstep or digital, and you always have the option to skip or cancel at any time.
Very nice. Wow. Tori, thank you for being our guest today.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It's really fun to be here.
Yeah, and thanks, Deanna, for being behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We-
My pleasure.
We didn't want to have you miss either, so we're glad you were part of the challenge for sure. All right, everyone. Well, I think that's our show for today. Next week we won't be here as it's the week of 4th of July, so we are taking that off. We hope you have a wonderful holiday with your friends and family as well. All right, so if you never want to miss an episode, though, of Inside the Hoop, you can join us over on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. Like, subscribe, all the ways so that you never miss. Until we see you again, everyone, keep doing what you love and keep experiencing the joy of creativity. Bye-bye.